So today's webinar is going to be speaking about elcomCMS95, which is the latest edition and version to join the elcomCMS family. So today's webinar, we're going to be giving a brief overview of elcomCMS9.5. This is not going to be a full intensive webinar. If you guys are looking to have more of a personalized one-on-one with all the additional functionality and features, please let us know in the chat window or email me after today's call. And we'll be, by all means, welcome to set up a personalized one-on-one demonstration for your team. Likewise, I wanted to talk with you guys. As we brought out 9.5, we really looked at the digital revolution that's coming out in websites. If you think of websites from 10 years back, they're very static, very brochure-centric websites. But in the last 10 years, now people are looking at mobile. And mobile websites, because I can't tell you how many people I talk to have an iPhone, an iPad, and maybe one desktop computer. So part of 9.5 is really trying to stay ahead of the curve with regard to what people are looking for and needing out of a CMS, and really taking the digital experience to the next level. I would like to also introduce you guys to Tim Kirkman, our Elcom product director, who is based out of Sydney, Australia, who actually has been working with us to put out this webinar. So Tim, I'd like to formally introduce you and let you talk about today's agenda.
That's great. Thanks, Brady. So today we'll introduce and go through the highlights of our 9.5 release, starting with our content personalization module and how it seamlessly integrates with our Marketo connector. Then I'll introduce our new REST-based web API, iOS and Android mobile apps, and then move on to two new features aimed at helping you set up and create elcomCMS websites, that being our migration toolkit and a brand new themes engine. And then finally present our new fully responsive, mobile-friendly admin interface. So with 9.5, we have listened to our clients' evolving needs, and a growing driver is the need to deliver greater management of your web customer experience. So customer experience can have many focus points, be it external customers, internal employees, partners, authors, administrators, just to highlight a few. There is an increasing need to deliver tailored and personal web experiences, whether it's to increase conversions, improve individual productivity, reduce the time it takes to find meaningful content, or bring together employees that might be found across different systems, and to bring time-saving benefits into organisations. So in 9.5, we've aimed to deliver some great new features that help with managing your customer experience within elcomCMS, such as our Marketo connector, content personalization, a brand new web API, themes, SAML sign-ins, many performance enhancements, and much, much more.
Wow, Tim, that is definitely a huge list, and I know it doesn't even scratch the surface with regard to all the other enhancements and functionality that we put in this product. So I would love to hear a little bit more about your customer experience feature that you put out in 9.5, since I know a lot of our clients and partners have been asking for something like this for some time now.
Absolutely. So firstly, in 9.5, we've introduced a full 360-degree integration with our Marketo connector with our new content personalization module. So on top of pushing leads in real time to Marketo through our forms, elcomCMS will now be pulling back in segmentation information on users from Marketo. Then using the content personalization module, you can define which sections of content on your pages to be delivered to which user segments. And so for authors, we've also introduced a persona view feature, which will allow you to select a target device and also a target segment to see what that page will look like to the people who match that profile, making managing your personalized content even easier. So leveraging this continuous profiling in Marketo and the delivery of personalized content through elcomCMS, this will lead to increased audience engagement and should reduce the time it takes them to find relevant content on your site. The content personalization module can also be used without Marketo, with the ability to segment users through our administration interface and also by using our web API directly.
That is pretty cool. I mean, having a pre-built integration with Marketo is awesome. I mean, we're finding more and more that the clients that I speak with talking about doing content personalization and being critical for them when they're trying to do progressive profiling or even real-time personalization for their public-facing websites. But we also know not all of our clients are using Marketo. So if I understand correctly, now one can use the content personalization module in elcomCMS with or without Marketo. In fact, actually, that brings me into one of our customers that actually started using this feature and really has allowed their marketing department to show a humongous ROI on their new website by utilizing this module in elcomCMS. What else do you have for us, Tim?
Yeah, thanks, Brady. So the next new feature I'd like to introduce is what I'm really excited about, and that is our new web-based API. So this has been built from the ground up to be lightweight, flexible, and platform agnostic. The web API has been developed using RESTful architecture and provides greater opportunities than ever before when you're looking to build on top of and extend the capabilities of elcomCMS. So for our 9.5 release, we've aimed to cover the core building blocks of elcomCMS in our web API, such as users and groups, folders, articles and their content, marketing segmentations, as well as being able to upload and manage documents and images. And you'll be able to do all the things you'd expect to do with a REST API, such as powerful queries, as well as creating, editing and removing content. So with our web API, we will continue to extend it in all future releases to provide you with more APIs for our core CMS features, modules and connectors. So whether it's through JavaScript, code blocks, within other third-party platforms, or you're building your own mobile apps, you'll be able to build on top of and interact with elcomCMS in more powerful ways.
Very cool there, Tim. Nice work on the API. Of course, with Elcom, we have around 50 different modules and connectors pre-built for users. But we're finding more and more that clients have other third-party systems, be it a CRM system like Salesforce or document management systems like SharePoint or Box.net or Dropbox. Well, we can't have those pre-built connectors. There's going to be always platforms or solutions out there that a client might want to integrate with their website, be it an internal HRIS system or maybe a payroll system. So having an API like this allows clients to really extend their use of Elcom to pull in all the other critical business applications into the website very easily. I mean, the REST API is very critical for those clients. What else do you have that's coming out in 9.5, Tim?
Yeah, the next two great features I'd like to introduce are really focused around getting your websites up and running faster. So first up is our migration toolkit, which provides you with the tools to be able to pull the structure and content from an existing website and recreate that structure and its content in an elcomCMS website. So this is driven by spreadsheets and a friendly interface, and this should reduce the time that it takes to get websites migrated and set up.
Wow, that is actually one of my personal favorites. I mean, speaking from the sales point of view, we talk to a lot of clients that have existing websites or existing intranets or extranets that need to want to use elcomCMS, but the difficulty is they've invested so much effort on their existing website that they don't want to lose all that data, all that functionality. So with this migration toolkit, you could actually migrate content from maybe be it an open source CMS platform or a proprietary-based CMS platform that is no longer supported by your organization. So they can now migrate this over to elcomCMS very easily and very quickly to be able to set up the new website. I'm curious to know, you mentioned something about themes. How does the themes engine help those clients as well?
Yeah, that's right, Brady. So the themes engine for Elcom CMS packages up your master pages, assets, resources, as well as basic site configuration into a single distributable zip file for easy deployment. So you install a new theme from the zip file, you edit it, the different parts of that themes package in one place in the CMS, and then switch your site over to that theme in a couple of clicks. So over time, we'll be building up a great collection of themes that you'll be able to tap into.
Oh, again, very cool stuff there, Tim. I mean, this really allows clients to really stand up a website very quickly, be it if it's maybe a quick landing page or a marketing campaign, or of a whole new brand new website. But if I'm not mistaken, while the theme provides them the look and feel they want, they could still actually do a 100% custom theme compared to a pre-built theme. Isn't that correct, Tim?
That's right. So we will be shipping a library of themes, but you can build a theme from the ground up in Elcom CMS as well.
Awesome. And you mentioned some things around mobile updates in 9.5 too, so I wonder what those cover.
That's right. There's a few great announcements to come in 9.5. The first one that I'm very pleased to announce, complementing our 9.5 release, is a family of native Elcom CMS mobile apps. So initially targeting iOS and Android platforms, these apps will bring key Elcom CMS functionality straight to your mobile devices. Initially focused on intranets, this will allow your team to be able to participate in social conversations, get access to articles and documents, and be pushed critical updates and notifications from any 9.5 based CMS site. So please watch for updates as to when these apps will be available from the different app stores.
That is really powerful. I mean, I'm working with several clients right now that not everyone in the organization has a laptop or a desktop computer in front of them, but everyone definitely has a mobile phone, be it an iPhone or a Droid or BlackBerry in front of them. So being able to really access content on the fly from your mobile device is critical, especially when you're trying to find information and then look through the site and get information without needing to sit down in front of a computer and log in. What other mobile enhancements have we done in Elcom CMS 9.5?
So in 9.5, we've also overhauled our administration interface and given it a more streamlined, flat design, but also, more importantly, made it completely responsive. This means now that you'll be able to manage your Elcom CMS websites directly from your mobile and tablet devices, as the admin screens will adapt and display nicely on any screen size. We've also built this from the ground up using the industry standard Bootstrap framework. So this means that our admin interface is clean, lightweight, but more importantly, works on the device that you work on.
Wow, that is very slick indeed. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in meetings or off-site and I need to make a quick change to our website. So now I can actually just open it up on my iPad or iPhone, make that change, publish it, and save it without having any downtime or waiting for me to get back into the office, back to my computer. In fact, actually, we've been hearing more and more people using mobile devices not only to access content on the website, but using them to manage their websites. I mean, I have a question for everyone in the room here. I mean, if you look at your desk, by all means, you're most likely watching this coded webinar from your desktop or laptop, but you probably have a phone next to you and a tablet next to you. I mean, what we're hearing is mobile devices are actually going to be outnumbering desktop devices by the end of 2014. And be quite candid with you, I mean, if you look in our office right now, there's probably about 9 mobile devices and probably 2 computers running right now. So this is definitely really critical stuff and really helps people take their websites to the next level. So I'm interested to know what else we got coming in the product. Oh, I guess that was our last slide, my mistake. So if people do have questions, since this was meant to be a very quick and dirty overview of the kind of the most critical enhancements in 9.5, we are also setting up one-on-one demonstrations with you guys to review 9.5 And also, I'll be happy to send you over the release notes and the updates, since there's over probably 50 other different things that were put in the product that just we couldn't cover in today's call in the essence of time. So I know we have a lot of questions here from the audience, so I'll look to tackle some of these here. So first question is elcomCMS 9.5 available? Yes, it is. So it's ready to be downloaded, so we could by all means set you up with the sandbox. For the partners and clients in the room, that will be automatically updated to your FTP accounts. Let's see, what's another question we have going here? Looks like a question from Bemu. Is this a responsive CMS, mobile-ready CMS? So correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, now Elcom is a fully responsive CMS with this new enhancements we put in 9.5.
That's right. So our administration interfaces are all responsive, and any front-end screens for your website or intranet based on elcomCMS can also be built from the ground up to be responsive as well. Awesome.
Great. Thanks, Tim. We have another question from Eric up in San Francisco, and he's asking about the persona feature. Looks like it lets you not only look at different responsive profiles, but you could also look at your site based on the different devices with a couple clicks. So you don't always have to have an iPhone or an iPad in front of you when you're testing and looking at the website. Can you explain a little bit more about that one?
Sure, Brady. So there's the two options that you can select. The first is a device type, being either a desktop, tablet device in landscape, or a mobile cell phone in portrait. And it will resize the screen to the average dimensions of those devices, showing you exactly what that page will look like on that screen resolution, coupled with the ability to then select a specific marketing segment, and that will then showcase the different personalized content that you may have on the page targeting that particular segment. So put those two together and you will get a really clear view of exactly what your web page will look like for your particular audience on the particular device they may be using.
Wow, that's pretty cool stuff. Looks like another question here with regard to how can end users post and develop custom forms? So I could tackle that one. That's actually been around for quite some time in elcomCMS to have a very easy WYSIWYG interface for clients to create custom forms, be it a quick contact us or a very dynamic, heavy form. And in fact, with our now integration with Marketo, you could actually have those forms automatically feed into Marketo. Another question looks like from Andrew. Would this app be native or HTML5? Let you tackle that one, Tim.
Yeah, great question. So it's built using HTML5 technologies, but they're definitely native apps. You will have to download them and install them from the respective app stores, the Apple App Store and the Google Play App Store, and they will be available quite soon.
Great, thanks. And I think we have time for about one more question here. And anyone else we didn't get answered to today, by all means, I'll look to collect those answers and email and or set up calls with you guys to review those questions and any other questions you might have on 9.5. So one question I have here is with regard to the migration toolkit. So how does that migration toolkit work if you are already using or already have a website built on a different CMS? Tim, do you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. So the migration toolkit has two parts. The first is a tool that you can use. You can point it at an existing website, and it will go through, understand that site structure, pull out that site's content, based on a set of rules and build up those spreadsheets containing all the information on that site structure and that site's content, including images and documents that are referenced within that website that currently exists. Those spreadsheets, as I mentioned earlier, can then be directly imported into an elcomCMS website, and then that will go through, set up the site structure, recreate those web pages for you, import those images and documents ready to go. There's usually a little bit more work that you may need to do just to make sure the content is correct and right, but using those two parts of the migration toolkit will really help you efficiently move and migrate an existing website into elcomCMS.
Awesome. That sounds like a huge time saver, and not to mention a money saver if they could actually do a lot of that work automatically rather than trying to do all that manually one by one. So I think one last question here. A question from Greg asking about seeing there's a lot of functionality, but they're not that advanced yet, and want to know if they have to use all this new functionality, or can we use the functionality when we need to use it? So I could tackle that one as well, Tim. So really with Elcom is a very modular-based CMS platform. So you really buy and also use what you need to use. So if you're not ready to take your websites to the mobile framework yet, you don't have to do that. Or if you don't want to do the content personalization right away, you don't have to do that. I always like to relate it to like buying a car. Is when you buy a car, you get some standard features out of the box. But then if you want the Sirius radio, the navigation package, or the leather seats, that's something you could always add on later. I mean, it's a little difficult in a car to add leather seats after the fact, but at least with Elcom, you really get to purchase and really customize your deployment as you need to. And as you kind of grow with experience and want to test new waters, you can always add new functionality to the product. And that's the beauty of Elcom, that it really tailors itself very well to any type of website or web property that you're trying to build. So I think we're out of time here, Tim, so I certainly appreciate the time you gave us today to talk a little bit about 9.5. And once again, if people do want to hear more about the advanced features and all the other features that came in 9.5, send us an email or give me a call, and we could definitely set up a call with you guys to kind of walk you through all the other functionality that we didn't cover today. Any last parting thoughts on your end, Tim?
Other than to say that 9.5 is ready to go, so it's a very exciting release, and more than welcome to explore it further with anybody who wants to know more about any of these great features.
Awesome. I can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Brady.
Thank you, Tim. And thank you for everyone attending, and we'll have this recording available shortly on our websites as well.